teachers. I am here today to talk to you for just a moment about the Henrietta ISD Education Foundation. So I don't know if you've heard yet, but we have a new education foundation that is, the sole purpose is to support the teachers in helping our students be successful. And so we want to get some information out to you about some goals and kind of a vision of what they're trying to do. So the Education Foundation is there to support all the things and all the core beliefs that we have with students of how to help them be successful, build leadership skills, be innovative in the classroom, all these things. So with the foundation being new, one of the things they wanted to do was to make sure that we support teachers right here at the beginning of school. And so they are actually putting out a form, an application for you to apply for a grant here at the beginning of school. Their plans are to give out at least 10 $500 grants, or up to $500. So you could go in there and ask for something that maybe only costs $350, or it just can't go over $500. That's where we're kind of setting right now. So I want to tell you just a little bit about that process so that you have this little video to watch along with the email that I'm going to send to kind of give the details. So first of all, what we want you to do in this process is research or think about something that would impact. It can impact students, it can impact teachers, it can impact parents, like the community engagement. So those are the three areas of kind of where your focus could lie. We want you, after you kind of get an idea and thinking about, hey, this is really what I want to apply for a grant, we want you to talk to your administrators. So your campus principal, we really want you to talk to them, because they might be having, or they may have a way to fund this in a different way. And so we want to make sure that they're on board with what you're asking for. And then if they're on board with what you are planning to move forward with, there is a form. And the Henrietta ISD Education Foundation has a website too. I'm attaching all of that in this email, but you can go to henriettaisdef.org, and the application is also there and some additional information. But you'll have all of that. Go in, there's a Google form that you fill out, and through that Google form, it's going to ask you some questions. So it's going to ask you if you've talked to your administrator, because again, that's the first person we want you to talk to. Let's say that your grant that you're asking for involves technology. It's going to ask you if you've talked to our director of technology to make sure this is something that we can even support on our network. And then the other thing is, let's say you're it involves some kind of facilities or something that's going to have to be built. And so if that's the case, we want you to reach out to our directors of operations and see if you have approval there, if that's something that they can support. So after you have all of that, you would go through this form and submit the form to request the application, and or to request the grant through the application. So one of the things is that it'll ask you questions. It'll ask you to kind of give a brief summary of kind of what this is about. It's going to ask you the groups it's going to impact. It's going to ask you some objectives. It's going to ask you when you're going to plan to implement this. It will even ask you if this is not a one-time project, what are the thoughts for continuing this? And so there's several little parts to the application that you would have to kind of work through. After that gets submitted here to my office, and we go through kind of an approval process. I look through all of those, make sure they're all great with the district and the goals, and then they move forward to the Education Foundation Committee to actually approve which ones that would be granted those scholarships. And then we have super big plans for September 22nd at the halftime of the football game, which happens to be teacher appreciation, staff appreciation night at the football game. We plan to award those grants, and so people would be, those teachers that were selected would be invited to be there for just a grand ceremony to award them these grants and to let it be known to the community. And so this foundation, again, is very, very new, but such a great mission that they have to support teachers in impacting our students in Henrietta ISD. So hopefully that gives you just a little short background about what we want you to do in this process for a grant. We do have a pretty quick deadline that we're trying to turn around in August on these. So again, all the details of the deadlines are in the email, and we'll have those up on the website where you can see this also. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, and I would be more than happy to help you. You can just email me at jamie.clark@henrietta-isd.net, and we're more than happy to work through this process for the first time. But how exciting that we have this opportunity to award at least 10 teachers with at least a five, could be $500 or less grant for this fall semester. So get your little minds working out there, which I know they're already doing, about the start of school, about what you could possibly ask for in a grant. All right, have a great day. Thanks.